Hey there, let's get into some incredible motion design work with Pencil. We're going to jump on in, straight into our workspace, and you'll see on our landing page we can get to video, or we can come to our work options and generate video. Either way, we're going to come into our video generation tool. I'm going to close the video chat for the moment, and we're going to come into model selection. We have 4 great models available, and each of these, it's worth noting, has different options. You'll see that depending on the model you choose, you'll have different aspect ratios available, and you'll also have different clip lengths that you can select from your video controls. In these examples, I'm going to use VO3 because it has the widest range of options of the models that we currently have available in its ability to integrate audio. We can start with a start frame, and I'm going to come back to that, but we can also prompt with the VO models for prompt-based generation only. So here I'm going for a Fashion Studio full color video, and what I'm really focusing on is how to incorporate that audio with a script. We're going to use the same different parameters that we use with image generation, so check out our image generation video for those, plus in-scene motion, camera motion, and audio. And here we've got our result.
Surprising you with what creativity can do.
So let's come back to our image generations, and this is an image I generated in our image gen video. I'm going to select the animate button, and that's going to bring my image into the starting canvas. I'm going to select VO3 just because I want to do that audio generation as well as video, and I'm going to make sure my settings are in place. I can also use that upload option below my workspace options in the image entry to bring in any image. I don't have to go from the image generation tool. That can also be your own brand assets. We can generate just from this and get a good result, but we have more control if we prompt. Here, I don't need the same level of detail as when I'm doing text to video. Instead, I'm just going to focus on in-scene motion, camera motion. In this case, it's actually a lack thereof because we're going with a fixed position. And then I'm also going to describe my audio. So here we've got model walks towards camera, which remains in fixed position. He looks directly down the lens of the camera and smiles. We're then going to quote the exact wording that I want him to say within speech marks. And we're going to bear in mind that we do have an 8-second limit here, so we're not going to be unrealistic. Here we're putting in surprising you with what creativity can do, as we did in our initial clip. I'm putting soft tone here. We could also be specifying things like accent, and we can do other audio here as well. We can do music, we can do Foley really effectively. That's going to generate, and I've sped up the generation speed here as ever, and let's take a look at our result.
Surprising you with what creativity can do.
We can scale this up massively with feed variation. So this is a sneak peek. There is a whole video later in this series on feed variation, and here, just like I did with images, I've brought in some parameters which we're going to cell reference. So here I've got a very similar developed prompt to my text to image, and I've brought in these extra factors. So my prompt in my first row will read as a Scandinavian man with long blonde hair, next row West African man who's bald, etc. And let's look at these outputs as well.
Surprising you with what creativity can do.
Surprising you with what creativity can do.
Surprising you with what creativity can do.
Feed variation is such an exciting tool. You could do thousands of videos in one go. Finally, we're going to come in to our video agent or our video chat in the video generation tool. Here, I need to select a text model and a video model because we're going to give a prompt, and the text model is going to interpret this, and it's going to talk to the video model for us. Here, I've brought in some references. I've brought in some brand videos that already exist for my ice cream brand, Ambrosia, and I've said, can you please create an additional vid that matches the same vibes? We could do this with all sorts of different references. This could be image-based references, text-based references, is a really effective way to generate concepts in particular, and we're going to get a cut that matches the vibes of my previous options. Let's take a look, and we've got a really good concept video that is absolutely the same vibe as what I provided. So get on in there, check it out, and please do share your results with us. Happy generating, and thank you.